I still remember sitting in a bar when she walked in. Black dress, cold eyes, that kind of confidence that makes every guy instinctively straighten his spine. The kind of girl who doesn't ask for attention. She drains the oxygen from the room and dares anyone to look away. The guys at the bar noticed. You could feel the shift. Shoulders squared, voices got louder, jokes flew faster. Everyone trying to be the one she saw. One guy, muscular, expensive haircut, bought her a drink. She smiled politely. Another leaned in with some cheesy line. She laughed, but it was fake. And then there was the third guy, slouched, quiet, wearing plain black. He didn't even look at her, just kept sipping his whiskey like he wasn't in the same world. That's the guy she walked up to. That's the guy she asked, "Do I know you from somewhere?" You think attraction is about saying the right things, wearing the right cologne, flexing at the right angle. But here's the truth. Most guys never learn. Attraction is about gravity. You either have it or you don't. And it has nothing to do with looks, money, or even how funny you are. It's something deeper. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build it from the inside out. How to become the kind of man women feel pulled toward, whether they want to or not. There's a myth you've been sold since you were a boy, that women want nice, that you need to be agreeable, gentle, soft. They told you that being liked would get you loved, so you became polite, predictable. You tucked your wildness behind a curtain of manners and approval-seeking. And every time you saw her walk past you, into the arms of a man who seemed worse than you told yourself she was confused, that one day she'd wake up and realize how good you were. That day never came, because attraction isn't moral, it's primal. It's not fair, it's not politically correct, and it doesn't care about your intentions. The guy who gets her attention isn't the safest bet. He's the one who moves something in her, emotionally, viscerally. The guy who seems like he doesn't need anything from her. And here's the part that stings. If you're constantly trying to win a woman, you're already beneath her. You're chasing someone who hasn't even earned your focus yet. That's weakness disguised as effort. The man who attracts women without trying, he doesn't convince, he doesn't explain, he doesn't perform, he simply is. He walks into a room with a sense of inner gravity, like he belongs. Anywhere, even if nobody knows his name. He doesn't wait for permission to speak. He doesn't ask, "Is this okay?" before taking the lead. His eyes don't dart for validation. He sees, he decides, he moves. That kind of presence is rare because it's not taught. It's earned through fire, through rejection, through solitude, through being comfortable with who you are when there's no one watching. But most men can't sit in silence without checking their phones. They panic when they're not being entertained or reassured. They can't even walk into a room alone without scanning for approval. That's not confidence, that's addiction, and women can smell it. They don't call it neediness, they call it something just felt off. They don't analyze it, they feel it. And just like that, you're in the friend zone wondering what you did wrong. Here's what most men never figure out. Being attractive isn't about pulling women in, it's about pulling yourself together. You don't build magnetism by focusing outward. You build it by going inward and cleaning house. Kill the coward who needs constant attention. Bury the boy who thinks being agreeable is enough. Dismantle the performer who's afraid of being disliked. Then, and only then, does the man start to emerge. Step 1. Shift your mindset from getting to choosing. You've been brainwashed to believe you're the applicant, that she's the prize, that you're one clever joke or well-timed compliment away from being selected. That's the root of weakness. You walk into a room scanning for who will like you instead of asking, "Do I even like her?" You think being chosen is the win. It's not. Choosing yourself first is. That's the only way a man becomes truly attractive, when he stops begging for connection and starts curating his life like it's worth protecting, like his time is sacred, like his energy is earned. That guy at the bar didn't look at her because he wasn't hunting. He wasn't starving. He was full of purpose, of peace, of a life that didn't hinge on her reaction. That's what pulled her in. Not indifference, but inner fullness. And that only comes when you stop outsourcing your value to women's responses. You stop thinking, "Am I good enough for her?" and start asking, "Is she aligned with the world I'm building?" You're not a beggar, you're a builder. She either adds to your world or she doesn't belong in it. That switch flips the polarity. You become the one who walks away. And when you do, everything changes. Step 2. Control the frame. Always. Every social interaction is a battle of frames, and the man who holds the frame controls the dynamic. If you enter her world, play by her rules, laugh at her tests, and try to please. She wins. You're reacting. You're following. You've already submitted. But when you set the frame, calmly, playfully, without ego, you become the gravitational center. That's what she feels, but can't articulate. She thinks, I don't know why, but he just feels different. It's not mystery. It's frame control. Frame is the difference between saying, I hope she likes me, and thinking, let's see if she fits into my life. It's the shift from compliance to command, not of her, but of yourself, of the space, of your energy. And it's not loud, it doesn't posture, it's still, it's anchored, like a mountain that doesn't move when the wind howls. She tests you, you smile, you see it, you don't flinch, because deep down, you don't need her to approve. You're not there to win her. You're there to see her, to observe how she carries herself, to notice if she's playful or bitter, feminine or jaded. You're not being tested, you're testing her. That subtle reversal flips attraction on, like a switch. Step 3. Live a life that doesn't need her. The paradox of attraction is this. The less you need women, the more they want to be around you. Not because you ignore them, not because you're rude, but because you've built something real without them. Mission, discipline, brotherhood, peace. And when a woman senses that she's not the center of your universe, that you've already got something more compelling pulling you forward, she wants in. She wants to be part of that motion, that mission, that energy. But most guys live in pause. They wait for the right girl to finally unlock their ambition. They daydream instead of dominating reality. They scroll instead of building. And then they wonder why the only girls they attract are either bored, broken, or both. But the man who's in motion, who wakes up early, trains hard, studies deeply, speaks with clarity, and refuses to waste a single day, that man becomes a black hole of attraction. He's already moving. She has to catch up. And here's the raw truth. That's exactly what she wants. Not to be worshipped, to be led, not controlled, but guided. She wants to feel like she's entering the orbit of something unstoppable. And you don't create that by pretending. You build it brick by brick, alone, in silence, in sweat. While other guys post memes, you're putting in reps. While they complain about rejection, you're becoming unignorable. That's not hype. That's math. You do the work. You become the gravity. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most guys don't actually want to be attractive. They want to be validated. They don't want the responsibility that comes with being a high-value man. They want applause without the performance, results without the routine, power without pressure. So when they say, I just want to meet the right girl, what they really mean is, I want someone to fix how I feel about myself. And no woman, no matter how beautiful, sweet, or spiritual, is going to fix the fact that you don't respect the man in the mirror. Attraction isn't magic. It's reflection. A woman responds to how you respond to yourself. If you walk through the world second-guessing, apologizing, chasing approval, that becomes your scent. And no amount of fake swagger can mask it. You reek of insecurity, and women feel that in their bones. They don't process it logically, they sense it, like animals do. That's why she pulls away without explanation. That's why you get ghosted after doing everything right. Because nothing turns her off more than a man who doesn't own himself. So you want to be a woman magnet? Stop studying what women want and start mastering who you are. Get brutally honest. Where are you weak? Where are you lying to yourself? Where are you lazy, distracted, addicted, passive? Where do you fold under pressure? Where are you waiting for life to give you permission to level up? Until you face those questions without flinching, you'll keep chasing girls who run the moment they sense the hollowness behind your game. But once you do that work, once you confront your shadows, sharpen your focus, upgrade your habits, something shifts. You stop chasing chemistry. You become the chemical. You walk into rooms and something about you clicks. Not because you're loud, but because you're clear. Your eyes say, I'm not here to impress, I'm here to experience. You don't try to get her attention, you command it, silently, through presence, not performance. And the best part? You stop needing it. You're not starving anymore. You've fed yourself through action, through discipline, through solitude. So when she walks in, it's not desperation, it's discernment. You're not asking, does she want me? You're asking, do I even want her? And that question changes everything.